Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger with SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, January 18th through Sunday, January 24th, 2016. So to begin this weekly reading, we're going to talk a little bit about the astrological aspects for the week, and there are quite a few significant things going on this week. So I've already done a meditation and asked our angels and guides to come in, and I did go ahead and pull the cards for this week just for the sake of time. Now, as far as your special message card, the special message card will be coming from the Ascended Masters Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, and the general message, of course, is from the Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. Let's start by taking a look at what your special message card will be as far as the different stones of choices that you have this week. So this week, the choice is between sodalite. Now the sodalite is a dark blue stone. It's going to vibrate to the third eye. It's going to vibrate to the throat chakra. This is going to help with clear, concise communication, but communication with compassion. So this is allowing us to be firm and speak our truth, but doing it through a space of unconditional love. Your second stone of choice is clear quartz. The clear quartz vibrates to the crown chakra. This is opening you up to higher guidance and wisdom, messages from universe or your angels and guides that can come in clearly. It actually has a magnification effect, so it can kind of, whatever your thoughts or intentions are, it can expand them and kind of put extra energy towards them and make them a little bit bigger. Your last stone of choice is carnelian. Carnelian is a beautiful orange stone. It vibrates to the sacral chakra, and the sacral chakra is your chakra of creative self-expression or creativity. It's also a chakra that associates with passion and sexuality and sensuality. So again, your stones of choice for your special message card are sodalite, clear quartz, and carnelian. So let's start by talking a little bit about the astrology for the week. We start out on Monday the 18th with Venus in the sign of Sagittarius, and it's in a challenging aspect to Jupiter that is newly retrograde now in the sign of Virgo. So here we have Venus, which rules love and relationships. It also rules money and finances, and it's in the optimistic, fiery sign of Sagittarius. So this is a sign of good luck. It's a sign of being happy. It's a sign of being positive. It's a sign of blessings. But it is in a challenging aspect to Jupiter, now going retrograde in an earth sign, Virgo, which to me is about expanding ourselves, but expanding ourselves by paying attention to details and taking small steps towards our goals. I feel, though, even though this is considered a challenging aspect, that this is going to bring some potential for some good things coming into our lives. It might be almost that with the Jupiter being retrograde and the fact that this is a square or challenging aspect between Venus and Jupiter, that there might be a little delay with those blessings coming in. So I feel like we should go ahead and put ourselves out there, take the next step, be happy and optimistic about what that next step can bring. But again, be a little bit patient as the blessing or the outcome might have a little bit of a delay. On the same day, the planet Mars is in Scorpio and making a positive aspect to Neptune and Pisces. Now, Mars is our action. It's the action-oriented planet. And it's in Scorpio, which is a water sign, which kind of waters down the fiery energy of Mars. But at the same time, Scorpio is a very fixed sign or stubborn sign, so it doesn't give up. So in effect, we have this Mars energy, this action energy, to where we're not going to give up. And with it being in a beneficial aspect to Neptune, I feel like our creativity is really high that day. But we kind of have to have a go with the flow attitude and a surrender and trust and faith kind of attitude. Again, connecting that energy with that Venus and Jupiter energy, there just might be a little bit of a delay or things that are happening behind the scenes that we're not really seeing quite yet. But very good day to use your creative self-expression and work on creative projects and just kind of take steps forward, because you're getting to a place to where there's going to be a good kind of outcome or a good manifestation. On Wednesday the 20th, the sun moves into the sign of Aquarius. Now, this is the time of the year where the sun normally moves out of Capricorn and into the sign of Aquarius. It's going to be in Aquarius for the next month or so, and Aquarius is a sign of the humanitarian. It's the sign of groups of like mind, people of like mind coming together under a common ideal, and to work for the greater good or the betterment of humanity in some way. It's a very intellectual sign. It's a communication-oriented sign. It's a thought process-oriented kind of sign. So a lot here dealing with the mental realm. Also on Wednesday the 20th, Mercury, which is a planet of the mental realm, it's a planet that rules our thoughts, our ideas, our communications, is in a challenging aspect to Uranus and Aries that day. Now, with Mercury squaring Uranus, I would say be open to surprises as far as communications with others, that people might say things or come out with things that you don't expect. There could be also an energy of having some creative, brilliant ideas. So it's a great time for troubleshooting. It's a great time to come together with other people and maybe brainstorm what potential ideas that you might have that will move you forward on a project or a goal or on your life path. Now, moving forward to Friday, Mercury now connects with Pluto. So between Wednesday and Friday, Mercury is setting off the Uranus-Pluto square that's coming close together. Now, with Mercury coming together with Pluto on Friday, there is powerful transformation on the mental realm. This can be powerful communications that we have with other people that are influential or important in some way in our lives, that have a sense of power perhaps. This is also about our own thoughts being potentially powerful, and whatever those thoughts and ideas that we're having can empower us. So again, this whole time period of Wednesday through Friday, and I'll just really say that with Mercury, even on Monday and Tuesday, coming up to that point of challenging Uranus, I really feel like this whole week is beneficial for some huge transformation and changes with our ideas and our belief systems and, what it is that we're trying to create, which it first starts on the mental realm with that creation. Now, also on Friday, the moon happens to be in the sign of Cancer. And right now, with Pluto and Uranus being so close together for the rest of this month of January and even throughout the month of February, it's within a degree of one another, which is bringing enormous transformation and change on many different levels to many different people, okay, in different ways, of course, depending on your own astrological chart. But every time the moon goes through Aries or Cancer or Libra or Capricorn during these next approximately 6 weeks, it's setting off that Pluto and Uranus square that's coming close together. So on Friday, besides Mercury coming together with Pluto, the moon is in Cancer, and it is opposing Mercury and opposing Pluto and then squaring Uranus. So there's this whole configuration going on. Now, the moon in Cancer is very emotional, very sensitive, very feeling oriented. It is about mothering, nurturing, home and family. And again, our own sensitivities and emotions are highlighted here. Now, this is all happening the day before the full moon. Saturday is the full moon. So this is powerful energy here that's building up to the full moon. And there's going to be a lot of transformation and changes in regards to things that deal with home and family and things that deal with our emotional nature or emotional relationships. On Saturday, before we have the full moon, Venus actually moves out of the sign of Sagittarius and into the sign of Capricorn. So here she's very goal-oriented and very ambitious, okay? So she's definitely focused now on work and what she wants to create or what she wants to manifest as far as her responsibilities and her, again, her goals, her career path, her life path. Venus will be in Capricorn for a little while, but as it moves into Capricorn, you're going to feel that really kind of kick into gear. Then later on Saturday, we have the full moon. The full moon is at 3 degrees Leo, and it's actually not really making any connection with any other planets per se, but because we have all that other stuff going on with Pluto and Uranus and Mercury and the moon earlier in the week, we're definitely going to feel this full moon. Now, the sign of Leo, which is highlighted here, is a sign of creative self-expression. It's a sign where we shine our light and our sense of individuality. So this full moon is kind of gearing that up. It's intensifying that energy. So again, move forward on your creative projects, your creative ideas, and put forth your sense of self and your creative self-expression, whatever way, whatever gifts and talents you have as far as creative ventures are concerned. Now that's pretty much it for the astrology for this week. I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up as far as moving into next week. When we get to next week's weekly reading, Monday, January 25th, Mercury actually goes direct. It's going to turn to direct motion. So as that is the case, it's actually slowing down this whole week. Mercury is getting slower and slower until it comes to a stationary point at the end of this week. Now, remember, when a planet slows down to either turn direct or turn retrograde, it's heightening that energy. And because we have Mercury involved here with the Pluto-Uranus square, it's going to be definitely a lot stronger because it's slowing down than it might normally be. So get ready again for some huge transformation and changes with your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own belief systems, as well as communications with other people this week. So let's take a look at what the message from the angels is this week. So we turn over the first card. Okay, we have the Knight of Air. And the Knight of Air says intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. And at the bottom it says events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options and come up with creative solutions. So this is very much indicative of Mercury retrograde and Mercury coming together with Pluto and Uranus this week. So first we have this idea here that we're needing to review our options. And again, we're still in Mercury retrograde. So it is a time of reviewing and researching and reworking, different things in our lives. Also, that creative solution piece, again, this is using your mind, using the ideas and brainstorming what new ideas or solutions you can come up with any challenges in your life or within the scope of moving forward with your career path or destiny path. It's all about the mind this week, and especially, usually with the first card we'd say the start of the week, but I really feel like this is an indication for the whole week. So really, this is a time to really pay attention to keeping your mentality balanced. Don't allow yourself to get pulled into a negative direction with your thoughts and your beliefs. Make sure that you stay in a positive place, especially again as we start out with Venus squaring Jupiter this week. That's a very positive, even though it's squaring one another. I feel like both of those planets are beneficial, blessing energy planets. So we want to stay in a positive frame of mind so that we can create with our thoughts the best possible outcomes and come up with the best possible solutions. Let's take a look at the second card for the week for more information. Wow, this is really, really nice. This is the Nine of Water. This is considered the wish card in the tarot. And at the bottom it says, your wish comes true, concerns fade away, and a love of life. So I feel like partially this is telling us this is what our goal is. You know, our goal is to stay in a happy, positive, optimistic frame of mind, to stay in a place of holding on to our dreams and our visions and what it is that we want to create for ourselves, not just in this week, but in our lives. This is, again, the wish card. So whatever it is that you want or dream about for yourself, put that intention out and stay in that intention, both within your thoughts, because of the Knight of Air, and within your emotional nature, because this is a water card. So we want to keep our emotions uplifted as well. We have a beautiful mermaid here in the water. And there's many chalices and cups here beneath the water with different gifts, different blessings within them. And she's very happy. She has a smile on her face because she knows that all of those blessings in those cups are hers for the taking. So stay in a positive place, because it looks like we're moving towards a time where our wishes can become a reality. Let's look at the third card here. And the third card, okay, the Page of Earth. So isn't that interesting? We have an air card, a water card, and an earth card here. This says scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. It says good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, and a new area of study. Now, the pages are always a messenger card. It always talks about messages of guidance coming in. And this is messages of a practical nature. So this is messages about our business, about our career, messages about our finances, about our money, messages about tangible things, projects. And this again is saying that there's good news coming. There's good communications this week with the Page of Earth. And again, that going with the Knight of Air and that going with the Nine of Water looks to be that, again, if you keep your mind and your heart in a positive space, this is going to be a very positive week with a lot happening as far as information coming in. I feel like there's movement, there's information, there's things that are really starting to unfold and move ahead as far as our goals and our ideas. Let's take a look at this fourth card. I decided, because we had a full moon this week, that I wanted to also choose kind of a clarification card, or a card to kind of wind up the energies and just kind of put it all together. So let's see what this fourth card is. Beautiful. I was wondering if we were going to have a major arcana this week with the full moon. So this is major arcana number 1. This is the Magician with Archangel Raziel. I love Archangel Raziel because it reminds me of Merlin the Magician, with this magical energy, with you having this magical energy to create with your mind whatever you want to create. And the message at the bottom of this card says, you are ready. You have the resources and the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So again, we have this indication that there's a magical energy that's occurring this week. All of this energy with the new moon, with Mercury and Pluto and Uranus. And pretty soon, as of next week, Mercury is going to go to direct motion, which means we can start moving forward. So things are starting to come together. This is kind of a prep time. This is a time to prep and get ready for movement forward. Stay in a positive place. Keep your mental juices flowing. Stay open to communications with other people that can give you some guidance, that can give you some information. And remember that you have this magical ability within you, and Archangel Raziel is helping you to spread your wings and get ready to move forward on a new journey. This is the number 1. This is the number of the individual. This is the number of a new beginning. And January is the first month of this new year. And numerologically, it really is a 1 vibration month. So all about new directions, new beginnings, getting ready to move forward. Sounds very, very promising. Let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So here we have the Ascended Master deck, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a shuffle here, calling in the Ascended Masters to give us whatever message is appropriate for you, depending on your stone of choice. For those of you that chose the Sodalite, Sodalite people, positive change with Paravate. Wonderful, wonderful. This to me, as I look at this, it has kind of like a wheel back here. And the wheel is an orange, a golden orange color, and it does have golden yellow light behind it as well. So very much solar plexus chakra energy here, your sense of willpower, your sense of positive change that's coming, the Wheel of Fortune, that Wheel of Fortune is spinning and turning, and things are getting ready again to move forward. I'm also drawn to the fact that she has this beautiful jeweled amethyst at her third eye chakra. So pay attention to psychic insights. Pay attention to your dreams at night, your dream time activity. Your angels and guides might be giving you messages through the dream time. I feel like if you meditate this week, you're going to be coming up with, again, some very spiritual and psychic insights as to what the next step is for you. But very, very positive energy here with Paravate, coming forward with positive movement and positive change coming to you this week. Beautiful, beautiful card. So for those of you that chose the clear quartz, I'm giving this a shuffle, and this one, okay, this one pops up. I was going to choose a different one, but this one said, no, me. Okay, this is Thoth. Some people say Toth, and I say Thoth as far as how to pronounce this particular god here, Egyptian god. And the message is to write. So right away I'm feeling again that if it slipped your mind, or you just haven't had time yet in this new year to write out your intentions, right away they're saying you can still do this, especially because we're building to a full moon in Leo this week. And Leo being very creative, and Leo being very much an optimistic energy, a shining your light kind of energy, you still might want to write out your intentions. And if you have already written out your intentions, you might want to go over your list of intentions, because I'm being told that you might want to add something to the list that, you might have forgotten to put down. So look at your list again and do that. Now, this is also, to me, a message about creative writing. So for those of you who are thinking about writing a book, or writing a blog, or writing an article, this is a sign that, yes, now is the time with this creative full moon in Leo to go ahead and start that writing project. So also they're saying, going back to the full moon, they're also saying to write out things that you want to release. Okay, now if you're going to do that, if you're going to write out a list of things or energies or challenges that you want to release in your life, make sure that you do that after the full moon. So right after the full moon occurs is when the moon starts to wane again. And that's where you want to write out what you want to release, and then you can either burn it or flush it down the toilet, or whatever you want to do with that list to make sure that the releasing and however it's symbolic for you to release that and let that go. And they're giving me confirmation with that as I look more at the picture here, and we have a great big full moon right behind Thoth here. Okay, and then for those of you that chose the carnelian, give this a little bit of a shuffle here, asking for the Ascended Masters to show us, the carnelian people, trust with Vishnu. Okay, so you're being asked to trust and have faith that everything is unfolding in divine timing. I feel like some of you out there may be a little maybe frustrated that things haven't shifted dramatically yet with the first of the year, or that certain things that maybe you're working on in this month of January to initiate your intentions, maybe they're not going as smoothly or as quickly as you would like. So your message from Vishnu here is to trust and have faith. It's okay. Everything is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. You just stay in a place of balance and stay in a place of positivity again with your mind and with your emotions. And trust that your angels and guides are leading you every step of the way. Let me take a look here and see if there's anything else I can get from the imagery on this card. I'm drawn to the fact that there's a lot of clouds in the background, but within the clouds in the background, there is little patches of blue sky here. some blue sky up here and some blue sky right here in the middle between the clouds, and even a little bit of sunlight down here at the horizon. So this is saying to me that things may have been cloudy, things may have been challenging, over the last few weeks here. It's been maybe a rocky start for you. But there is this little patch of blue. There is clear skies ahead, and the sunshine is lighting the way for you to take the next step on your path. So everything is going to become brighter and look a little bit better as you move forward. So I hope you've liked this weekly reading. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in and for your support and for your comments and sharing my videos. For those of you on my Facebook pages, Colleen Lemma is one page, Sacred Soul Empowerment is another page. Thank you also for your comments on the posts that I make every day trying to guide your way. I'm really grateful to be doing what I'm doing. I feel so blessed and so lucky that I'm doing what I love and I'm able to assist those of you out there that I'm able to connect with. If anybody wants a reading or healing session, please check out my website, sacredsoulempowerment.com. There's a list of several services there, readings and healing sessions to choose from, and descriptions about all of them. I would love to be able to help you in a more personal way on your journey, on your highest and most important destiny path. So until next week, I send you all much love and light and many, many angel blessings.